their bomber jacket. Yeah, sure.
See you. How are you doing? Well, we got a room here for you if you want to stay. Again,
Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's a great honor that the Honorable Dalton McKenty, Premier of Ontario, is here with us tonight. And also, thank you very much for coming. And before we have the big show out in the hall, I'd like to thank also Royal Bank for sponsoring this cocktail reception. And this is John Mann from Royal Bank.
Hello, Councilor Tindall.
Nice to meet you.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Thank you for supporting the Chinese community.
Delighted. Everything getting ready for the Olympics?
Oh, yes. And we will welcome you there with open arms.
Thank you very much. I look forward to it.
Okay, I will take 1 minute to say a few words. It's our honor to be the sponsor for this event. In fact, we're so proud to support CPAC because CPAC is such a great organization. You did a wonderful job in not helping the new immigrants, but also supporting the youth education. Our donation since this March to be the first bank to support your mentoring program, and also donation for tonight's event and also this cocktail reception are the unique ways to show our respect for your excellent effort. And it's also the RBC value we place on the entire Chinese community. So we wish you another successful event. A pleasure to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to take this moment to make a little presentation to John. John to stand in the middle. And Premier,
Yes,
please.
Michael, thank you.
Michael, please.
I hope so.
it's not a check for you.
All right.
Thank you so
very
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to line up and march to the
Yep.
hall.
In your hands.
Daniel Gao, board member of CPAC.
Susan Caddis, MP, Thornhill. David Zimmer, MPP, Willowdale. Riza Moridi, MPP, Richmond Hill.
Ian Chan Zhang, Council of People's Republic of China in Toronto. David Wong, Vice President, HSBC Bank Canada, Ontario Region.
Kathy Lin, publisher of Chinese Canadian Times. Alan Chan, Director of CIBC.
Yin Hai Wang, Senior Manager of IBM. Christine Xu, Co-Chair, CPAC Education Foundation Gala 2007.
Henry Kwong, Co-Chair, CPAC Education Foundation Gala 2007. Paul Douglas, Vice President, TD Meloche Monex.
Eric Lee, MP Scarborough Rock River.
The Honorable John McCallum and Mrs. McCallum, MP Markham Unionville. Mr. Frank Scarpiti, Mayor of Markham.
Kevin Lee, General Manager of Fairchild Radio.
Connie Stefan, Assistant General Manager of Fairchild Television.
Dr. Lai, Co-Chair of CPAC Education Foundation Gala 2007.
Mr. and Mrs. John Mann, Vice President of Asian Commercial Banking, RBC Royal Bank. Bass Dawkinson, MPP Scarborough Rouge River. Peter Cobbins, MPP Toronto Danforth. Pinal, producer Omni 2 TV.
Chen Yu-chang, acting director of Hong Kong Economic and Trade Office.
Peter Lee, VP Operations of Singtao Dairy. Julia Sun, Chief Operating Officer of Canadian Chinese Broadcast. The Honorable Michael Chan and Mrs. Chan, Ontario Minister of Citizenship and Immigration.
Madam Zhu Taoying, Consul General of People's Republic of China in Toronto. Guo Mingwu, Consul of People's Republic of China in Toronto.
Dr. Hugh Zhao, Vice President, CPAC. And last but not least, the Honorable Dalton McGuinty and Mrs. McGuinty, the Premier of Ontario.
My name is Victoria Chen. Good evening, everyone. 我是陈晨，欢迎大家来到今天晚上的颁奖晚宴。
Welcome.
With glowing hearts, we seek the rise, our true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glory us set free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Chloe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening performance is only a hint of what's to come this evening. Throughout the night, we will have plenty of prizes for you to take home, including airline tickets to places where snow only exists in Christmas carols.
The Honorable Jason Kenney, Secretary of State, and other distinguished members of Parliament, the Honourable Dalton McGuinty, Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Michael Chan, and other distinguished members of the Provincial Parliament, 尊敬的朱头英总领事和各位领事 Madame Zhu Taoying, Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Toronto and other distinguished consuls, Your Worship Frank Scapiti, Mayor of Markham, and the distinguished councillors of Markham, Richmond Hill, and City of Toronto. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizing committee, Christine and Henry and I are extremely happy and honored to welcome you all to our 8th annual award gala of the Education Foundation of CPAC. Also, we would like to take the opportunity to thank you for supporting our cause of helping the talents of young students and talents of internationally trained professionals. They are a very important part of the present and the future of Canada. Our partners of success include all our sponsors, donors, all levels of government, community friends, volunteers, and CPAC staff. To all of them, we would like to say thank you for your trust, dedication, and hard work. 很感谢各位朋友、各位嘉宾对我们的工作的支持和帮助。在这致以万分的谢意，谢谢大家，多谢大家。Thank you.
Today is the 8th Award Gala for Education Foundation of Chinese Professional Associations of Canada. Founded in 1999, CPAC Education Foundation has provided over hundreds scholarships, awards, and bursaries to students who are in their secondary and post-secondary studies and who are in financial needs. All the award winners are not only have outstanding academic achievements, but also have demonstrated great community participation and leadership. They are bright young students who are hardworking, ambitious, and compassionate. CPAC Education Foundation hopes to help to inspire and give opportunities to those young people to pursue their bright future. This is also the objective of our Career Service Center for Job Search and Career Development. Nurturing the growth and the future of Chinese Canadians is our goal. We're very happy tonight. We're very happy tonight able to work with you to achieve this goal. Thank you.
No doubt, the cause is important. Christine and Wilbur made it very clear. Helping our young talents to build a bright future for them, helping them to build a brighter future for our community and Canada. But CPAC cannot do it alone. We need help from all levels of governments, corporate sponsors, our community partners, and most important of all, you to work together, to work with us to support this good cause. So let's do it together for the bright future.
托起明天的希望。
托起明天的希望。多謝大家。Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the co-chairs. Thank you. Of course, we're here. Tonight, a number of scholarships, awards, and bursaries will be presented to exceptional young people like Christine just mentioned, who are not only outstanding students in school, but also have demonstrated excellent leadership skills and dedication through the community involvements.
Yes. These scholarships, awards, and bursaries, as many of you know, are established by the Education Foundation of CPAC. To give us an official welcome, here is the president of the foundation, Mr. Howard Shen.
Thank you, William and Victoria. The Honorable Jason Kenney, Secretary of State, Multiculturalism and Canadian Identity, who is probably still on the way here. The Honorable Dalton McGuinty, MPP, Premier of Ontario. The Right Honorable Consul General
of the People's Republic of China in Toronto, Madam Zhu Taoyin, the Honorable Michael Chan, MPP, Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, the other more honorable distinguished members of Provincial Parliament, His Worship Frank Scarpitti, Mayor of Markham, the distinguished councillors and guests, winners, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It gives me great honor to welcome you all to CPAC Award Gala 2007. Tonight, we have gathered here to celebrate the remarkable accomplishments of the award winners and to show appreciation to the sponsors, donors, supporters of the Chinese Professional Association of Canada and its Education Foundation. The CPAC Award Gala started 8 years ago. This has been the third year the awards were open to Canadian citizens and immigrants regardless of their ethnic or religious background, and every year receive a remarkable, record-breaking number of applications from all across Canada, competing for 20 awards totaling over $20,000, Canadian, by the way. It's one of the many ways CPAC at its Career Service Center and its Education Foundation gives a helping hand to new Canadians with foreign credentials so that they may continue their careers in their chosen field and to integrate and contribute to the Canadian society. We congratulate these outstanding young Canadians for their academic excellence and their exceptional community involvement. We hope that the scholarship awards and bursaries that they will be receiving tonight will help them realize their full potential, and their success stories will inspire many others. With the Raise the Future as the theme this year, we see your generous helping hands as the foundation to our commitment in encouraging and assisting our youth to be the leader in the future. We wish to express our sincere gratitude for your continued support and contribution in achieving our goals. Thank you for coming, and thanks also goes to the staff, volunteers, and the co-chairs who made this event possible. Congratulations to all the winners. Have a wonderful evening. 各位朋友，各位嘉宾，今晚我们欢聚一堂，表彰获奖者优异的学业和杰出的社区服务精神，也向 CPAC 和教育基金的捐助者和在座的各位朋友表示衷心的感谢。我们希望今晚的颁奖有助于获奖者再接再厉，更上一层楼，也有助于激发更多年轻人奋发好学，回馈社会。为此，请大家伸出慷慨之手，和 CPAC 一起托起明天的希望。衷心祝愿大家享受一个美好的夜晚。谢谢。
Here to represent TD Canada Trust, the gala's presenting sponsor, please welcome the District Vice President, Central Ontario Region, Mr. Henry Kwok.
Everyone is me again. Good evening, the Honourable Jason Henry and members of Parliament, the Honourable Dalton McKinstry, Premier of Ontario, Honourable Michael Chan, Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, and other members of the Provincial Parliament, Madam Zhu Taoyin Luisi, Consul General of the People's Republic of China, Your Worship Frank Scarpitti, Mayor of Markham, and other city councillors, and all honoured guests and friends of CPAC. On behalf of TD Canada Trust, I am very pleased to extend greetings and best wishes to the supporters of CPAC's 2007 Award Gala. At TD Canada Trust, we know that when you have a business of our size, we can only be as healthy and strong as the communities in which we live and work. One of the ways we can do that is by investing and recognizing the young people, especially the young talents of our communities. As such, for the 6th consecutive year, we are privileged to partner with CPAC at this annual celebration to support the association's Education Foundation. At TD, we truly believe that education is the key to unlocking the future opportunities for Canada's young people. I would like to offer my sincerest congratulations to this year's award recipients and very best wishes for their continued success. Working together, I know TD and CPAC will be making a difference by providing opportunities for young people to pursue their dreams of academic excellence and to build a brighter future for the communities they live and work in. We know that celebrations, such as this evening's gala, do not happen all by themselves. I would like to take this opportunity to commend the staff and volunteers of CPAC under the leadership of Howard San for their selfless dedication and generous efforts in making this evening's celebration another wonderful event. And in closing, I just want to urge everyone to take out your wallets, buy a few raffle tickets later, and bid on a couple of auction items to help out a good cause. Have a fantastic evening, everyone, and thank you.
那不如先做一点更重要的事情啊！好。
星期1至6 8点开门，晚些关门，服务时间比其他银行还长50%。
Thank you. At this moment, I would like to introduce the board members, the trustees, and my team. Stan Yu, please walk to the stage. Stan is the board member of CPAC. Linda Xu, board member CPAC, trustee of the Education Foundation. Thomas Chu Tang, board member of CPAC. Daniel Gao Hong, board member of CPAC. Eric Shell, board member of CPAC, treasurer. Hugh Zhao Huiquan, board member, vice president. Wilbert Lai, board member, vice president, trustee, and vice president of the Education Foundation. Margaret Yang Jing, board member, secretary. Dr. Long Huan King, Jin Long Huan, board member, trustee. Christine Xu Chun, board member, co-chair of this gala. Andrew Xu Zhenggong, board member. Richard Lin, who is not here, he's still outside of the country, but he wishes everybody well and great success of this event. Dao-Ing Kong, Executive Director of CPAC. Henry Kwong Tian Bi, Honorary Advisor of Education Foundation CPAC, Co-Chair Gala 2007. John Mann Wen Xi Hui, Honorary Advisor of Education Foundation CPAC. And also, I'd like to take this moment to pose a toast. We would like to thank everybody. Yes. We would like to thank all the sponsors, donors, all the distinguished guests, all the guests attending tonight's event. We would like to congratulate all the winners and their families. we would like to wish everybody a happy holiday season. Cheers.
Thank you, Mr. Shan. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge our guests for this evening. Kim Mallon, CEO of P-Zero. Doug Brooks, CEO of CGAO. Victoria O, President of Mississauga Chinese Business Association.
Joanna Low, President of Association of Chinese Canadian Entrepreneurs. Kenny Wen, President of Center Office Information of Community Service.
Kevin Yi, President of Chinese Information Technology Professional Association of Canada. Cynthia Yu, President of Chinese Professional Women of Canada. Hugh Eng, Chairman of Organizations. Dr. Ken Eng, Federation of Chinese Canadian in Markham.
Dr. Jack Lee, President of Federation of Chinese Youth of Canada. Andre Chen, President of Mississauga Board of Chinese Professional and Business. Victor O, President of Mississauga Chinese Business Association.
Bin Jan Wu, Chairman of New Canadian Community Center. Benedict Leung, President of Richmond Hill and Markham Chinese Business Association. Alpha Lai, President of Scarborough York Chinese Business Association.
Maria Sun, President of Shandong Community Services Association of Canada. Mimi Chow, President of Support Enhanced Access Service Center.
Michael Hu, President of Taiwan Entrepreneurs Society, Taipei and Toronto. Dr. Zhao Chen, President of the Canadian Society of Chinese Medicine and Acupuncture. Representative of Ralph Hui, the Cross-Cultural Community Services Association.
President Ralph Hui, President of the Toronto Chinese Business Association, and 加拿大内蒙古同乡会、加拿大多元文化民间艺术协会、加拿大湖南同乡会、加拿大福建华联总会、加拿大辽宁协会、台商会、多伦多大学学生者联谊会、李德伦音乐基金会、灵溪荷塘。That's all the guests we have for the communities.
Yes, exactly. At this time, we would like to introduce the Minister of Citizenship and Immigration of Ontario, the Honourable Minister Michael Chan.
Premier, Your Worship, Mayor Frank Scapetti, my colleagues in the federal, provincial, and the municipal government, Consul General Zhu, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted, happy, and very pleased to be here today for a very, very good reason other than together with the Mayor, Frank Scapetti, that we are attending another Chinese dinner. You know, since I got my new responsibility about 40 days ago, I have gone to maybe 70 or 80 dinners. And recently, I think a very confused reporter come up and asked me a very interesting question. And the question was, he asked, Mr. Michael Chan, are you the Minister of Food Tasting? That's good to take a credit. 感謝中專會會長沈浩先生的邀請，今天晚上參加這個宴會，同時也很高興有這個機會和大家見個面，打個招呼。在此，我先來一句，大家晚上好。My task tonight is quite simple. My task tonight is to introduce to you a person who, in reality doesn't need any introduction. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome my boss, the Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Dalton McKenty.
Madam Consul General, colleagues who, like myself, have the privilege of serving others through public office, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased to be able to join you here this evening. My only disappointment is that my wife, Terry, who is a school teacher, could not be here tonight. She's in the middle of report cards, which is a busy time in our house. But she did ask that I pass along a very simple message to you. She wanted me to let you know that if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be Premier. I also want to take this opportunity to wish each and every one of you the very best that this special time of the year offers to all of us. I grew up in a household where we celebrated the Christmas tradition. It was a very busy household. We were 10 children at home. And we had a rather unique way to celebrate Christmas. My friends would get a puppy, but I would get a brother. Michael, thanks so much for your kind introduction. The people of this riding know just how hard Michael works as their MPP, so you know how much energy and commitment he brings to his new responsibilities in Cabinet as my new Minister of Citizenship and Immigration. Michael is doing a great job helping to build opportunity for the 125,000 newcomers who come to our wonderful province every year. And I want to begin by thanking Howard Shen and everyone involved with CPAC for the important work that you do strengthening Chinese-Canadian professionals and through that strengthening this great nation of ours. And thank you so much for recognizing some exceptional young students. To those young people, I say, you should be very proud of yourselves. You've achieved outstanding academic results, and many of you have also reached out to help others in the community. And I'm so pleased that this is being recognized by way of financial support for your continuing studies. You know, one of the reasons that we as a society are so devoted to the education of our children is because if we get education right, we get two absolutely wonderful things. The first thing we get the best workers who get the best jobs, who enjoy the highest standard of living, lead the highest quality lives, and help us build the strongest possible economy. But education at its very, very best does more than just give us a strong economy. It gives us young people who take responsibility, not just for themselves and their families, but who feel a sense of responsibility for their community. Education at its very best instills in our young people this understanding that you and I we're connected. We're part of the human web. We touch one another. We need one another. And good education instills in us a sense that it is right to work together, build together, and dream together. That's a pretty tall order for education, to build the strongest economy and what I just last described, which is really a strong and caring and compassionate society. That's why it's so important that we all continue to support it. And I want to thank CPAC and all of the Education Foundation supporters for helping our young people pursue their studies and reach for their dreams. And my friends, to each and every one of you here tonight, our professionals, I want to thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for your entrepreneurialism. Thank you for the risks that you take, for the jobs that you create, for the families that you support, for the taxes that you pay. All right? Because those help us support those good schools we were just talking about. They help us support health care and infrastructure, which help us build a strong economy. Thank you for the tremendous contribution you make to the quality of life that we enjoy here in Ontario and in Canada. And I must say it's because of you and so many other hardworking, contributing Chinese Canadians here in Ontario that we are taking such unprecedented steps forward in our efforts to strengthen our ties with China. 2 years ago, I had the very good fortune to travel to China on a business mission with more than 100 exceptionally talented Ontarians. We forged new friendships and partnerships, strengthening our ties in trade and investment, as well as in research and education. And we continue to build on the progress that we made. We know that countries from all over the world are knocking on China's door, but we believe we have something truly unique to offer. Because here in Ontario, we're doing something that is largely without precedent in the annals of human history. You know, history reveals that societies, by and large, have been founded on sameness. Peoples have said, we will all look the same way, we will speak the same language, we will share the same faith, the same culture, and the same traditions, and that way we'll know us from everybody else. But in Canada, we're doing something quite a bit different. We have set out in a very determined way on this remarkable adventure to find strength in our diversity. And the reason that we continue to be successful, and the reason that we will be successful long into the future, is because this ideal of Canada is grounded in a fundamental truth that's been spoken to by all the world's wisest people and all the world's great faiths. And that truth is this: what matters most when it comes to people is not the color of our skin, it is not the language that we speak, it is not the religion that we practice, it is not the culture that we inherit, it's not the traditions that we cherish, it's not the power that we wield, and it's not the amount of money that we have in the bank. What's most important when it comes to people everywhere on this tiny planet that we share is what we have in common. It's our humanity. And here in Ontario and Canada, we celebrate that. We embrace every culture and we respect every faith, and we work and build and dream together. That's the Ontario way. And together, my friends, you and I and our fellow Ontarians, we're going to build a future for our children and grandchildren that inspires the world and that continues attracting the best and the brightest to share in our progress and build on our success here in Ontario, the greatest province and the best country in the world. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Premier Dalton McGuinty. CPAC would like to thank you with a souvenir presented by Howard Shen.
You want to stay? Okay. Yeah, just stay.
Thank you very much, Premier, for your inspiring speech. At this moment, we'd like to present you with a little souvenir by which we wish you can remember CPAC. And this is actually some artworks from 2007 Children Drawing Contest held back in September and sponsored by Education Foundation CPAC. We wish the immigrants in Ontario, their life will be just as colorful as the pictures here. Thank you very much.
That's a good way to put it, Howard. Thank you so much. You're very kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shen. Thank you, Premier Dalton McGuinty. Thank you. Thank you. At this point, we would like to invite the Right Honorable Madam Zhou Tao Yan, Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Toronto, to say a few words.
下面有请中华人民共和国驻多伦多总领事朱桃英女士致辞。
The Honorable Premier Dr. Dalton McKenty, 尊敬的沈浩会长 The Honorable Michael Chan, Minister of Citizen and Immigration, all distinguished guests from 3 levels of Canadian governments and parliaments, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. 我和我的先生以及同事非常高兴地应邀出席2007加拿大中国专业人士协会教育基金会慈善颁奖典礼。我谨代表中华人民共和国驻多伦多总领事馆向专业人士协会表示热烈的祝贺。同时也向获奖的学生们表示良好的祝愿。加拿大中国专业人士协会自成立以来，稳步健康发展，为广大的会员提供了良好的、优质的服务，积极融入主流社会，服务于社会，特别是热情地服务于来自中国两岸四地的新移民，为加拿大的经济和社会发展，为促进中国和加拿大在各个领域的友好合作和中加两国人民之间的友谊做出了很大的贡献，得到了加拿大政府的肯定和社会各界的赞誉。10年树木，100年树人 CPAC 教育慈善基金会是 CPAC 拓展自身功能的又一成功的尝试，不仅仅帮助鼓励了更多的优秀青年学生奋发向上，完成学业，为支持和推动教育事业也同样起到了积极的作用。中国和加拿大友谊源远流长，中国与加拿大建交37年来，两国在政治、经济、科技、文化、教育等方面都有着广泛的合作，取得了显著的成绩。一个健康、稳定、互利、合作、双赢的中加关系，符合中加两国和两国人民之间的利益。中国刚刚成功召开了17大，对本世纪初的经济和社会发展目标做出了更大的重大的部署。中国的经济正在处于高速发展的历史时期，广大华侨华人和朋友们是各行各业的精英，熟悉中国，了解中国，在中国快速发展的历史机遇当中大有可为，在促进加拿大和中国两国友好合作方面大有可为。我祝愿加拿大中国专业人士协会取得越来越多的成绩，祝愿今晚的颁奖典礼取得圆满成功，同时也祝愿在座的各位贵宾和同胞们新年快乐，圣诞快乐，并祝愿你们身体健康，事业兴隆，阖家欢乐。Just let me say a few words. First of all, let me thank the CPAC for your kind invitation and the holding of this CPAC Award Gala. CPAC in the past have done a great deal in promoting integration of the Chinese community with the mainstream, especially in providing best services to new immigrants from China, including mainland, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, and have made great contributions to the development of social stability and economic development of Canada, and also in promoting friendship and cooperations between Canada, especially in the province of Ontario, and China. China, we, the Consulate General, have attached great importance to the relations between China and Canada. Well, we all noticed that this year marks the 37th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and Canada. Of course, our relationship and our friendship traced back long time ago. With joint efforts made by the people and the governments of various governments, we have achieved a great success in the cooperations in the political, economic, science and technology, education and culture, and other areas. And we will also know that China has entered a new important stage with the conclusion of the 17th National Communist Party's Congress, which lay a broad, bright programs for the future development. I encourage the Canadian friends to go to China to find business opportunities with China. I also believe that a strong, stable, healthy, friendly relations between China and Canada are in the best interests of the country and the people between us. So I would like to encourage you once again, not only to go to China to take part and see the world famous Olympics, but also to find opportunities in various fields. So in conclusion, I would like to wish the gala successful this evening and wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you very much.
The mayor of the town of Markham, His Worship Frank Scarpiti, to the stage for a few words.
Thank you very much. Ni hao, leho ma, and welcome. Premier, I want to personally welcome you to the town of Markham, the Chinese capital of the GTA, just so that you're clear where you are. And I too want to obviously welcome Minister Chan and his colleagues at the provincial level, our colleagues at the federal level. And I want to take a moment also to introduce two members of council that are here tonight. Regional Councillor Gord Landon is here. Also Councillor Alex Chu, one of the longest serving members of council on Markham Council. Councillor Chu. I want to take a moment first of all to say thank you to the three co-chairs tonight, Christina Zhu, Henry Kwong, and of course Wilbert Lai. The three of you have collaborated and worked so hard to bring out this audience here tonight in support of a great cause. And you've done it at your own expense, away from your career, away from your family and friends. And I think we owe the three co-chairs a debt of thanks tonight for the great work that they have done in putting this together. Thank you to the three of them. And to Howard Chen, who's the current president of CPAC, and to the board of directors, this has been an outstanding association. You have brought together professionals from across this country. But more than just bringing people that you feel comfortable with together under one umbrella, you have reached out in so many different ways. Certainly with your Career Service Center, certainly with the many members who have volunteered to be mentors for new Canadians who've come here to help them get integrated into Canadian society. You too are involved in a noble cause in helping so many new Canadians pursue their hopes and dreams in their new communities, in their new province, and in their new country. By providing English as a second language, not only basic English, but English that allows them to learn their professional terms, terms that they were very familiar with back home and now need to know here in order to compete and become successful. So truly all of you involved in CPAC are to be congratulated. And to thank you too for these outstanding scholarships, awards, and bursaries. because in doing so, you're helping young people across Canada in our communities achieve their hopes and dreams. Some of them are being recognized for their incredible talent, and you'll hear about that later in the program. Others who have the talent but not necessarily the means are being given funds tonight so that they can pursue higher education. All of this bodes well for our communities, our province, and our country. And I'm pleased also to say that next year I will be leading a business mission to China so that we can further increase the amount of economic activity between our two countries and our communities here in Markham with many communities in China. And finally, to say that the future for our province and our country is very, very bright. Just last week you saw the results of the Census Canada figures. In Markham, we live in one of the most diverse communities in all of Canada. And it doesn't matter where you have come from, what corner of the world you used to call home. Now our kids are in our classrooms together. They're working on projects together. They're on baseball teams, soccer teams. They're out in the community. And there's no more mystery, no more mystique about people who may look different than ourselves. And collectively, they will hold the future of Canada in their hands. And because of the Education Foundation in CPAC, you've given people a new sense of hope. Congratulations to all. Doce, thank you very much.
我们除了可以享受这么美味的食物，我们也可以观赏到很多精彩的演出。现在你们桌子的中央呢，有一个大大的信封，希望这个信封呢，就是给每一个人玩这个桌上奖品的游戏。现在每个人呢可以放10元钱进去，然后呢，在里面拿一个 number 出来，那个号码呢就是你所要得到的奖品。
So get in on the action. Our volunteers will be coming around shortly. $5 each for 3 for $10. Let me remind you that every dollar raised from the raffle will go directly. Keep up your good work here. Toward scholarships, awards, versus please be generous.
稍后呢，我们以后会在这个桌子旁边出售这个彩券，他们是5块钱1张，10块钱3张，20块钱2张，希望你们会有机会多多出手。我们所筹的每1块钱都会用于在奖学金上面，所以希望大家能大力支持。
Good job. I get to feel Howard Chin on Thursday night, and you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we spoke about multiculturalism, Canadian identity. The Honourable Jason.
Parliamentary colleagues, members of the Provincial Parliament, members of municipal councils, mayors, distinguished guests, it is a distinct pleasure to bring greetings for this record fundraising dinner for CPAC's annual scholarship program. This is a tremendous community initiative where funds are being raised to provide encouragement to some of our best and brightest young people who are the future of this country and who are being given a hand up in order to succeed academically and in our community. I want to encourage all of the recipients of the awards tonight to give back to our country and our community through public and community service. And I hope that some of them will do that in future service to our public institutions. So once more, on behalf of the Government of Canada and of Prime Minister Harper, a hearty congratulations to all the award recipients and a great thank you to the volunteers, donors, and CPAC who have made tonight such a great success. Thank you.
Your Worship, friend Scarpetti, Mayor of the Town of Markham and the Distinguished Councillor of Markham, Richmond Hill and City of Toronto. Honourable guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Selection Committee of the CPAC Foundation, Education Foundation, I would like to take you 1 or 2 minutes to provide you with an update on the application and selection process. There are 3 categories, in a total of 20 awards. 8 scholarships go to outstanding university student, 6 awards go to outstanding secondary student, and 6 bursaries go to outstanding post-secondary student with financial need. This year marked another milestone. We received 162 applications, of which 46 for scholarship, 100 for awards, and 16 for bursaries. They came from all over the country in Canada, whether Chinese or non-Chinese. The selection committee, appointed by the Board of Trustees and assisted by staff members, had a great difficulty in coming up with a shortlist of all the excellent applicants. It is even more difficult for them to select the final 20 recipients. So the final 20 recipients are the best of the best. They're the top students at the school and also the social ambassador of the community. May I ask you to join me to congratulate these 20 recipients for their outstanding academic achievement and community involvement. The applicants for the interest, donors for their generosity, and staff members for their excellent support. Once again, thank you for coming out tonight to support our education efforts and to the future of our country. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Ms. Florence Lin, Communications Manager at TELUS, to present the CPAC TELUS Scholarship. And this year's recipient is Mei Guan, fourth-year student from the University of Toronto.
Our next award is CPAC Zhongshi Scholarship. Please welcome Kathy Lin. As publisher of Chinese Canadian Times, present this award. This year's recipient is Ya Yi Huang. She is a second-year student at Laboratory Medicine and Pathobiology at University of Toronto. Thank you, Kathy.
Our final awards are the CPAC TD Miloš Monex Distinguished Prestigious Scholarships. And here to present the award, please welcome the Vice President of Affinity Market Group of TD Miloš Monex, Mr. Paul Douglas.
Our first distinguished recipient this year is Yu Chong-he, second-year Mathematics and Business Administration at University of Waterloo and Wilfrid Laurier University.
Helen He Yuqiong. I'm a second-year student in the Mathematics and Business Administration program in the University of Waterloo. I enjoy doing volunteer work. I have volunteered at the Ontario Science Centre and my school tutoring other students. Currently, I am one of the Executive Council member of University of Waterloo's Mandarin Students Union. As of academic pursuit, I've always liked mathematics, and as of business, I think business is a very dynamic field. And with every dynamic field, it brings a lot of challenges. So here I am doing the Mathematics and Business Double Degree program. And finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my parents, my relatives, and my friends and teachers. And also, I would like to thank the Chinese Professional Association for establishing this award and giving me this opportunity. And again, CPAC, thank you.
Our second distinguished recipient this year is Da Wang, fourth-year Electrical Engineering from the University of Toronto.
It's Da Wang. I'm a fourth-year Electrical Engineering student at the University of Toronto. My academic interest is in electrical engineering, especially communication technologies. In the summer of 2005 and 2007, I've worked with different professors in the communication group in our department and have done some interesting work on communication technologies. In addition to study, I've also participated into many extracurricular activities. In 2005, I was elected as one of the faculty representatives for electrical engineering students in my year.
Da is very self-motivated and hardworking. He spent a lot of time on his own reading scientific journals and doing research work.
It is my great honor to get this scholarship, and I'm really grateful for CPAC giving me this opportunity, and thank you very much, CPAC.
you, Ms. Douglas. Thank you. And congratulations to all our scholarship recipients tonight. And thanks to all our generous sponsors tonight too.
Yes, at this time, let's invite the MPs and MPPs to the stage to congratulate the recipients in their riding. Representing Scarborough Asian Court, the Honorable Jim Karigianis. Presenting the award to our award student, Da Wang.
Ruo Chen Kevin Ma, Ya Jun Du.
'cause I'm the best it's ever been. Tell me running up your boat, lay your fiddle hard. The heaven was the Georgia and the dog is apart. Take you away, get a shot, but you won't let it go. Take you lose and I'll get your soul. Opened up his case and he said, I'll start the show. And fired with his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he pulled the bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. And a band of heels joined in and it sounded something like that.
非常高兴，我们这个2007年奖学金颁奖晚会非常成功，有500多人参加了我们这个颁奖仪式。那么我们联邦政府、安省政府和当地的这个市政府3级政府都参加了我们的这个晚会，包括有联邦政府的这个Jason Kenney 多元文化部部长然后我们有安省的省长Dalton McKenty也参加了以及我们的这个移民厅厅长陈国子先生。今天有20个学生得到了奖学金，那么总共金额是2万多一点。今天是一次非常成功的盛会，我们有好多朋友，媒体也好，赞助者也好，这个捐助者也好，都参加了这个会议。我非常感谢我们有这么多的人来支持我们，再一次感谢大家，谢谢。